to introduce you to a strategic framework, and encompassed within that will be tactical approaches to take you through your negotiation from goals through to planning. And it's what I've called the GRIPS framework, which I will briefly run through with you. So firstly, every negotiation requires an outcome. So we need to stipulate what the goals of the negotiation are, and to do that quite early. And you will see here that the aim is to get the outcome, which is going to help you to influence the counterparty. And again, always remember our definition, the art of letting them have your way. So goals is the first element of that framework. And there are some key questions that we can ask here, and I'll be again emphasizing without apology numerous times the importance of asking intelligent questions within your preparation. So what are you trying to achieve from your negotiation, and what are your goals and your objectives? Secondly, you then got to do your research and start to research the underlying interests, the assumptions which I've already talked about, and the opportunities. And this is what we call information asymmetry, which is where one party to a transaction has more information than the other party. And your aim as a negotiator is to reduce that gap. And that can be done through a huge number of different tactics, which I'll be introducing you to, particularly those key ones that will help you to unpick those interests. What you've learned from previous negotiations is also important, and what I'll be talking to you about very shortly, but also at the virtual workshop, is the importance of a post-review. So what do you know about the negotiation parameters? What is it that you're being asked to negotiate on? What do you know about the other party's interests? Now, if you don't have any knowledge at the moment, that's fine, but you better make sure that you start to look for those and don't just pay lip service to it, because this is the critical element of negotiation. And also think through and try and identify, what does the other party know about your interests? So what you start to develop here is an interest matrix, both for your team or you as an individual, and the other team or the individual with whom you are negotiating. Once you've got that information, it's then got to be turned into intelligence, and you take the facts and hunches and turn them into reality. And this is the real tipping point for effective preparation, is getting the information in the first place and then making sense of it. It is sense making. And having information, as it says here, is only the first step. It's got to be evidence-based. So it's an intelligence-led approach to negotiation, which means that you ask more questions. What is the information telling you? Who do you need to focus on? Why does each party want this deal to succeed? And that includes you. Don't forget you as well as the other party. The fourth step is that all-important step of planning, and failing to plan is planning to fail. And your influence and persuasion skills will only as be good as the strategy or tactic that you put in place. And we advocate the use of a tactical plan to support individuals in developing their approaches to a forthcoming negotiation. So again, 3 questions here. What do you need to do now? Who needs to do what, by when, and what are your tactics going to be? And then finally, strategize. You've got the tactics, you've got the plan, you know what it is you want to achieve based on your goals, and now you're going for that deal. So how will you influence the party to turn the information that you turned into intelligence into real meaningful opportunities to come to a yes deal? And this is very much about your strategy, where you need to turn your intelligence and planning into intelligence-based incentives. So you've got to incentivize the other person to come to a deal with you. And that really is the aim of the strategy in getting to yes. So what do you need to say in influence of the counterparty? Who do you need to influence by when? And how will you persuade them?